Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I'm looking at these as a first-time user in some cases. Sometimes I've seen them and I've seen some of the projects, but overall I'm trying to see how well things are working for you. So let's go through. You will also be reviewing a peer. Make sure that you do that so that everyone gets some peer feedback. If someone is not has not turned in their site below you in the roster, then go to the next one. Let's see. So, Mike, this is great. Really clean. The colors are nice. This is going to your Instagram. That's great. About and work is all you need. Nice and simple. Very easy to read. So, nice image. It's all good, right? This is a nice call to action. Free 30-minute chat. Very nice. Let's see if we go here. The link works. It works from here. I checked it earlier. And let's see. Okay. All right. And it's laid out really nice. I like it. I like the color selection. It's simple. You have this, maybe there's a better image thumbnail for it. I don't know, but maybe it's not bad. But this was great. I enjoyed that. Let's see, try not to have one word online. It could just be that it's responsive. And if we move it down, or reduce the size of the width, it'll change. But keep that in mind. All great. Let's see. Yeah. Simple, but nice. Okay. So no complaints there. You might have another image. I don't know for that eventually. Just because, where you're not wearing sunglasses and maybe you're looking out towards the viewer, but great stuff. All right. All right, so you'll just continue to add quality work. All right, good job. And you can start working on accessibility and things like that as well. Okay, Nicholas, trying to get into your world when I look at this. This doesn't have the colors that you originally chose, and I do think you want to move it up to the top left. The navigation headers can be larger, I think. You could make them all caps if you wanted. The spacing between these images, make sure that's the same all the way around. Okay. And that's interesting. Okay. This is dark if you have something else. It's interesting, but you see what you're doing is you're shooting into the light back here. Your camera's on this side, so they are more silhouetted, right? You always want to have the light between your camera and your subject. I feel like this could have a little more padding here, and maybe be a little smaller text, even in a sans serif would work. And mainly watch your gridding, okay? Make sure these are always aligned. That would mean this being shorter, coming up to here, or down to here. This would move up, this image, and align with this one. So just line those up. And this would probably come up a little higher so that it's the same as the width between. And this would come up, so it's the same here, but you're going to leave some space here, probably this much up here too. And once you do that, you may not need that box, okay? So test that out. So this is what you have here, but not on the front page, so you want to be consistent with that. The lighting is working better here. And let's use this font on your portfolio page. Okay, let's use the same font. So let's put that over here. You want to be consistent with fonts. This would probably go on your portfolio page. Okay, this would go on your portfolio page, probably right here. Yeah. So in fact, you could just put that there. That's all you would need there is this video. Move it to your portfolio. It'll be on the top of your frame. There'll be no scrolling, and you won't need those other images at all. It'll be nice and simple. And then if you want a photography page, you could do that, or you could have, I'll tell you what you can do. You can, on your portfolio page, put your video here, your B-roll, and then put photography, a little header, and then line up 3 photos. Make sure that they're all the same size and gridded. That would work for you. All right, and we don't need an image on the contact page. Just a very simple contact form would be nice in the same font that you have here. All right, so keep it simple, and let's see where we go next. I'm thinking this is mostly the template, so there is very little I can say about this. Everybody has to remove the template. Only submit original work. All right, so you'll want to resubmit that. Okay, maybe that was just... We don't need this much scrolling. See, this could be trimmed in half because we're having to scroll to get to the main event. That we don't want to do. Okay. Bring this up. And let's get into this stuff right away. Okay. Have this go to your accounts or remove them. All right. And then you will just build, I feel like these should be clickable. Right, so we don't need to scroll so much. There's one piece here, so it says 0. That makes me think it's not actually there. So be mindful of that. All right, so need to set several hours aside to work on these and put your content in. All right. Okay, I still love this logo. And I'm not even going to say that we need to, bring all this up. I know I've probably said it in the past. I don't know if you need a very, very, very fine hairline around this as a border, about that wide, thick. But here's what I want to say to you. Okay, well, let's close all this up. Let's just write Microsoft Office, Google. Let's just say Adobe Creative Cloud, Final Cut and Premiere Pro. Let's not say Evernote or OneNote. Those aren't complicated, so let's take those off. Okay. If you know HTML, that's fine. Let's cut this down a lot. I've read through it and it's great, but let's cut it down for your website. It's okay to have on your resume and have it on your LinkedIn. Definitely have a LinkedIn here, okay? I want you to have that. We don't need this twice. It's duplicated. Just have it once. But here's what I want to tell you. Did we just have that on 2 pages? No. Yes, we do. We have the same image, so we don't need that to be twice. So, Jason, wrap this so it stays with that. Here's the thing. I looked through your portfolio, and this was a little confusing because it seemed like a navigation, right? And it's right here at the top, so that was confusing. And so that's really, just have your blog, but I think I would remove this. Plus, you probably don't have, rights to this image. This is nice, but, maybe you just take a snapshot of that, but you have it here. That could be, with you, but that's too much. But here's the thing I want to say, and I wouldn't put that in. You probably do not have rights to some of those athletes. But here's the thing. If these are yours, this is gold. This is what you're going for. And I would only have these things on your site and your blog. I would have your photos and your blog, and that's it. I would put your name. Your name isn't on this page anywhere except here. Okay, so I would do that because it's the first page we get to, and so I want to see your name somewhere. It could just be, maybe in your links here somewhere, or at the bottom, something. But this is a beautiful font. This is gorgeous, and so if these are yours, that's the direction, not this. I know you're a writer, but that's what my advice to you is. Close all that up. So these images, that I think I recognize from the New Yorker, these images. So, and I love that, but you want only your stuff, okay? Not a collection of things, just your work. Okay, and like I say, all of this can probably go on LinkedIn, and you can provide a LinkedIn there, or cut it down a lot because it's a website. People don't read that. This is sufficient for that. So what you could do is move your credentials under your About page, okay? Line it up and just really cut it down and just say credentials, and then they can scroll if they want to, but they're not likely to do that. I would take this out and just have your portfolio. And in that, I would only have some writing and photos that you took and have it all grid perfectly. All right, that's what you need to do. I'm not even going to say anything about bringing everything up a little bit. That's what I think you should do, is focus on that 100%. All right, that's where, to look at this, if those are your photos, that's where the talent is. All right, and I liked what you wrote about it. All right. Again, we got to look at these templates. All photos have to be yours, and we are not going to be sending them to Squarespace. All right? And that's really all I can say about that. We've got these 4 videos here, but I don't think that image behind it is yours, so we really need to eliminate some pages. I would rather this be fixed if this is yours, because it can't overlap like that. And so, yeah, all your work, all yours. And if that means, 1 page, fine. If you want to have An about page, portfolio page, contact, that's fine, but it all has to be yours and original. And this, let's make sure we line everything up, line the bottoms up, the tops, and this, line it with that. That will come up when you bring this up, if you have to crop it or whatever you need to do. It's working here as far as the alignment, except down here. You'd have to try and line that up, but okay. Here's the thing. You have that going to Bismore, but okay. This looks like a service page, not so much a book now. When you have that, but it's not aligned very well. Bring everything here. We offer equipment. Yeah, we're going to need to... It's reading right now, we offer equipment. When I think you mean we offer, and you have these and then your equipment. So you need to lay that out where this is actually applying to this. And then, you know, if that means having equipment come over here and moving the equipment over here and moving this under there, making it the same, you know, making that all caps like this, then that's what you have to do. I'm not sure why this is here. It's nice and colorful. If you like that color, think about that. But your Bismore is not going over to your Instagram, right? That's your other name. Also, this is hard to read. You've got to make sure that you can read that. Black isn't working over that building. Very nice. I think you just need fewer pages. Fewer pages. This is, I don't know if that's yours though. Everything has to be yours. Fewer pages. You don't need a lot of work. Just your best. Just a few good ones to represent a skill that you identify. All right? All right. All right, Denzel. Gotta love that name. This, you want to make sure that it links to your home page. You can do that. This, I think you need a different font, whether it's this, that's too small, but and this is too spaced out, but I think this should be like all caps and a lighter weight or a thinner line here. This and this and this can go together. This, and this can go together. If you can arrange that. This does not have the resolution you need. This is good. If I could get that spot out. This needs to be stronger resolution, and I'm not sure how this relates to you. I'm not sure if you, it doesn't look like your original style. I think it's a copied style. This looks good. This looks good. These could go, a little header here that says video, and then take this out and put those side by side. You are aligning things, and that's important, and I want you to keep that somehow. But I do want the content to relate more. This is great. Okay, so real important. Go through and make sure you're not duplicating the same word, like currently and currently. Just use that word once. And this, okay. Your CV, that's, okay, this isn't going to be, I know it's a download. This has to be entered on a page because it won't be searchable. They won't be able to find it. If that means, going under here and saying, credentials or resume and adding a little bit. If they want to scroll down and look at it, they will, but everything has to align and look great to do that. Probably a resume would be better here. This needs a little more contrast. Not a big fan of having navigation at the bottom. We're just used to looking for it at the top. This needs some space and higher contrast. All right, give it a little headroom up there and higher contrast. And I did like that you actually have some posts here. I think you do want to ultimately have your own images. All right, and let's break this down. Just say welcome. You don't have to say I'll try my best. Of course, you're going to try your best. You can also take dates off, disable the dates, and if you don't get a chance, some of it might be evergreen content, and that can be helpful. Now, see, I want to go back, and I have to go all the way down here to try to figure out how to go back. I think these could be white. If it's going to be on black, make those the white instead of the full color. But yeah, all right, it's going to look great. Okay. Okay. Let's just be selective and just choose some of your best and put those together. Like these are well grouped. This is beautiful. It relates to this, but this relates to these. So we're kind of breaking that up. This and this go well together. If that's yours, your headshots are kind of, they should be in a gridded section. Think about categories. That would go with the other group that we're looking at. This would go with your landscapes. Maybe that could go with your landscapes because of the scenery. It's a little different. This would go with engagement photos or portraits, right? So let's, I know you're trying to make things fit, but let's try and do that, okay? Make sure that they're, well grouped, and I like how this, well, it'd be nice if that came up here. I like how this is boxed like this, all right? So if you put something here that had individuals that might make sense, that fit here, that were close-ups the way these are, headshots instead of those full shots. All right. Okay. This is an issue there, this line. I'm not convinced this is yours. It may be, but I think it's part of the template. Maybe it's... be careful about things covering up content. Okay. I don't know that you don't have a drone, so, that's possible. That takes a long time for it to come out. I prefer to have it up here. Some templates you can just scroll over it and it will, bring a drop down immediately if you hover. But this is an added button, and it can be complicated. I don't like this white line. Okay, I would get rid of that. So I'm going to say that many of these are yours, but let's see. I love that. Featured work. Okay, clean these up to where they're all one line, the same kind of font. Make those the same. This has to be the same size all the way through. Those things, check those things out. And yeah, I'm seeing a discrepancy of content and quality. So, make sure there are no template anywhere. Everybody. Very important. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go here. One, this is a template. Get rid of all that. So is this. All of that goes. And we don't need 3 because there's this you don't have yet. So disable that. Okay. This, you only have 1. So you're going to put it just with videos. All right. You've got 2 there. You're going to just have 3 and size them all the same. All right. That's what you want to do there. This is, we have to scroll to get to your story. If this is your story and left align it, I think just an image of you and your story right here will be fine, so we don't have to scroll. We don't need this. Okay. This, just put it here a little larger, and let's get rid of all of that. You can just get into your meat. You can just get into your videos, okay, if you want. Just say, put it here, have it right here, say videos, and list your videos. And if that means, you know, removing these, fine. Or put a still or something. You can have this here. Maybe you do need it there, and just have home, about, and works. Instead of narrative, instead of breaking it down, just say works and then contact. I think I would bring those then up here and just have a few. Bring them up here. All right. And these you want to go to yours and not Wix. Okay. Change this and put one of your photos in here, or just remove it and have the white. All right. If you find a good photo, that would be a good place for your logo. If you find a good photo for the home. Otherwise, I think you're going to have to use this. You can bring it up a little bit so we can see the bottom. Okay, so if you bring this up here, you'd be able to scooch that up. All right. Be looking forward to seeing that. Okay, I do love this logo. You need a little room here to clear it. I'm curious about these images, where they came from. Left align that. These arrows are very difficult to see. Left align everything. And update this date. Make sure that you either remove these or send them to yours. If these are not your photos, give a little credit in a light color. And ultimately, you'll want to link it to the photographer. That's hard to read, so we want to have a little more contrast there. So looking through, basically just left a line and try and have them edit it down to where they're the same number of lines. That would look best. Do that throughout. Try and get that down to 1 line too. Word that in such a way. You know, you could say the lactation support or something. You know, or you can just say breastfeeding, and you could turn this into something down here where it's not necessarily part of the header. All left align. Too light. Okay, you're going to have to, that's not high contrast enough to see where the submit is. Okay. Okay. Let's be very careful about our drop downs. I love this image. I do not like the background, but I love the, you know, colors and things. This needs to be a little darker. I think I know I would left align this, and I might left align that. We don't want one word by itself. Great photo, not real sharp, but you know, and I'm not sure if that's a real person or not. Let's left align this, left align that. If it is, terrific. Okay, so we had another button. Okay, it all goes there. This is a lot of space. Maybe not quite so much. It's not centered. Okay, think about that. Could be that it's not reflowing the same. Left align, bring that over. Okay, decide how much space you're going to have. Maybe you want to right align that and left align that. Okay, but it's coming along great. All right, love the logo. All right, good job, everybody. I want to see when these are turned in again. No template, no images that aren't yours, no placeholder text or placeholder images. All right, or videos. Everything must be yours. That's the whole point. If that means reducing your pages, fine. You just need at least 3 of your best work if that's all you have at this time. All right? All right. Good job, everybody.